I've made a couple of videos on this book, but I just wanted to kind of round it out now that I've finished reading it. Dungeon Crawler Carl is a very fun book. It is listed as a lit RPG, literary role playing game, science fantasy, and dark comedy. I think between all of those, I'd say that dark comedy probably fits it best. Um, my friend from my master's program recommended this book independently, and I was reading the webtoon, and I kind of didn't realize that there was an actual book of it. I just thought it was a webtoon. So it was nice to have more to read through. Um so far the webtoon and well, after finishing it, the book, which is basically like the first chapter of a really long book, um it's basically just like the same as the webtoon. So if you're more of a graphic novel person, definitely check out the webtoon. But if you want to read like a more in depth book, um, I would also recommend the book. It's very well written, and it's very funny. Uh, I didn't really remember from the webtoon that Carl was in the army on active duty. Like, he was in some sort of active combat, and I don't remember that from the webtoon where he seems like a lot more um kind of weak. I don't know. I just feel like the way he's described in both is very different. In the webtoon he's more of like a weak-willed kind of silly guy who's just pining after his girlfriend slash ex-girlfriend. And then um in the book it's more of a like really intense kind of grungy guy who has a lot of combat experience, which honestly makes more sense for the book that he does, because otherwise he's just like going into it and suddenly being able to fight really well. But sometimes fantasies do that, so whatever. um he is very convincingly culturally insensitive for an average guy who's pretty grating and annoying. I will say he's a reliable narrator, but you just kind of hate him. Like, it's not that you don't trust him, it's just that you don't like him as a person. He is much more intense and capable in the book than the comic. I would say the book is a very funny, fast paced read that makes me laugh out loud. Definitely some intense and sad parts, but it just makes the funnier parts that much more funny. Um, I will say the only thing I didn't really like about the book was that there's kind of a lot of misogyny. It does fit in with like who he is and who the people that he's meeting are, but it's just kind of the thing where like if you're sensitive to misogyny and misogynistic language, which I kind of am, it's just not as fun to read because you're like, okay, so this guy just like disrespects women. The best part of the book is obviously Princess Donut. I mean, I'm a cat person, so it's wonderful that there's a talking cat that's basically like carrying him through this dungeon. Um, but the whole narrative arc around Princess Donut, where she's literally like, he's in love with her. Um, he was gonna steal her from Beatrice, his ex girlfriend, and she's like revealing how much Miss Beatrice has been like cheating on him with different men, but that's like, revealed throughout the book when she just casually drops things like, well, this is so much better than this music. And he's like, she never listened to that music. Who's listening to that music? And then the cat is kind of like, oops, I shouldn't have said anything. Um, I also think that the idea of a talking cat is old. Like a lot of people have done it. But I also feel like the way it's done is very unique. I think that it's a very accurate depiction of how a female fluffy cat might act if given the ability to express herself in words. Um, I'm currently watching my cats fight on the ground. I should have like a cat cam, like another camera that's just on the cats. Guys, why are you like this? Stop. Anyway, highly recommend it. I will be reading the rest of the series, or at least some of the rest of the series. I think there's like 6 to 8 books in the series so far, and one of them either is about to be released or was just released. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, I will say, I think we got to floor 3 in book one, and I think there's like 12 floors. So it might I don't know how many floors each book is going to take up, but some of them seem like they're going to have a lot more drama than others. Anyway, I'm interested to see how that's broken up in terms of the writing and how the books are laid out. Um, but anyway, yeah, it's a really good book. So um, I'm just excited to see how the plot plays out in general. Okay, let me see if I can grab one of the cats or all of the cats to hold up for the camera. One of them. Number one. Here is gremlin number two. Let's get on the camera.